Hey, afternoon YouTube. Right, it's been a while. We'll get a bit of an update. I'm back at the brewery at the moment. We've had a bit of an install going on since I last did a video. Loads to put in. I'm going to sort of give you a bit of a walkthrough. Client's currently out at the moment doing a few errands, so I've got place, peace and quiet. So what you've got behind here is, there we go. We have got a 1,000-litre brewing plant. I'm still getting familiar with all the names of everything. Lots and lots and lots of stainless steel. Rather good, to be honest. Being a welder and fabricator myself, I'm actually quite impressed with the standard of the Chinese welding. I have it on good authority that a lot of this is robotically done. So they've lots to go in. Heck of a lot of stainless pipes and all sorts of things that they're working on at the moment, but I've got loads of wiring to put in. There's things like we got up there, got up the top up there, where are we? There we go, that way. Got a stirrer pump there, stirrer motor. So this is where the product goes in. If you know anything about brewing, you probably know more than I do. There we go, great big stirring hole in there. There's another one here. This is a kettle. This is a giant kettle, 30 kilowatt. That's the people who made it. Oh look, just to build a level on the way. So I've got some serious terminals to be wiring up in here. Basically that's 30 kilowatt 3-phase, and then this one is, I believe, 18 kilowatt, which is a water heater, and then you've got these, which are the actual fermenters down here. We've got loads of those. Each of these have also got temperature sensors in them, so they got to have individual temperature feeds back from the individual tanks for the brewing process. The head brewer knows more about it than I do. I just like drinking beer. So this is our glorious control panel from China. Bit of an interesting one, this. There's a few interesting colours of wiring in here, which I find quite amusing. You can see we've got some. This is Chinese 3-phase. So you can see my incomer coming in the top there. So there, looks like their 3 phases, red, yellow, green. Or even their order seems to be a bit different as well. It almost seems to be yellow, green, red in some cases. I had to go through every single one of these terminals and tighten them all up. There were some wires that were loose and they'd missed the cage clamps, etc. Big 50 amp contactors for the heaters, and then we've got the output wiring. These are the temperature sensors, which have got to go into special adapters onto the tanks. There's a couple of Danfoss micro drives for the pump speeds for circulation pumps. Panel's not commissioned yet. So lots to do. Cable tray system over the top, which is a really good call, because that's currently being used for doing all sorts of things. They're using it to support some pipes at the moment, but they haven't finished doing the plumbing. So we've got lots of motors down here as well, pump motors on the floor. Loads of valves here, there and everywhere. And then you can see, if I'll show you, that's a temperature sender pickup. So the temperature sender goes in there, and I've got some special junction boxes to go over the top. Supply for this is, I've had to do some calcs for this one, because it's a little bit of difficult getting the information, coffee. Getting the information out of the Chinese about what's what. They hadn't even spec'd the actual power of the heating elements and actual voltage of them. So I needed to double check with that, which fortunately I've discovered that there are. I think lots of China is the same as us. So 400 volt, 3-phase, 50 hertz. So we've had to pull in from our board, which, if you remember from the last video, is in the cupboard in here. Still got another earth to put in, that's out of the way. So we've got a 63 amp triple pole breaker, and we've got 16 mil 4-core armoured, which is the main feed to the panel at the top. Their breaker in the panel there, for some reason it's sized at 250 amp, I don't know why. but that does trip, although I am a bit sceptical about the quality of those breakers, because if you reference to a recent video by bigclive.com, he's found a circuit breaker that's supposed to look the business, but actually there's bugger all inside, so we'll hopefully not have an issue with this one. Yeah, so there's lots to be done. We've got some other few portable bits of kit that they're going to use as well. This is this piece of kit here is for cleaning. This has got for cycling, I think, caustic soda and things through all the pipe work, and that's just on a flying lead with a plug. So that doesn't get used all the time, only obviously at the end of each brew when they do a clean, I would assume. We've got a auger as well, which is for loading the product, the malt, into there we go, a big auger like that. I'm not entirely sure why it's actually been powered by a 3 kilowatt three-phase motor, which seems a little bit excessive to me, but I guess they've done their research and sized it accordingly. So that just plugs into the main panel over there. So it's just a case of working through and getting all the individual pieces of kit wired up, and then we're going to do the panel end. Excuse the noise, we've got people next door now, and the other unit behind us. They're currently building something and drilling going on and whatever. So it was all fun and games. I've got some pictures and things and some footage of when we unloaded, because this was all shipped over in a 40-foot container, and we had a telehandler on hire, so I did the driving for that. And to get some of these big fermenting vats here, these ones, we literally had to take the lids off, undo all those screws, because when it came out the top of the telehandler, out the container, there was about 4 inches space, so it's extremely tight. Very, very gentle on the controls, because some of these are heavy. I think one of these weighs half a ton, empty. This one, I know these are double skinned, these kettles. So but they're not bad from stainless product as it goes. I know everyone slates the Chinese for what they build, but it's pretty good. I've seen some pretty good. There's not some bad bits of TIG around. That's a bit mediocre, that one is, but that's just a handrail, I suppose. And they haven't really bothered finishing that one, which is kind of interesting. But then if you look at actually some of this robotic stuff up here, this is really nice. This is beautiful, and the finish on it afterwards they've done a really nice clean finish on it. So it's there for a purpose. So I've got lots of that to put in. Lots of temperature senders to put in. What else have we got to put in? There's a few more bits of armour to go in as well for various other pieces of kit. We've got I can tell you now, we've got a chiller room as well. I'll show you at the back here. Where are we? Yeah, that little building there, that's a chiller room. So that's where the product will be kept. And then we've got a bar here. So if you want to look these guys up on social media, they're on Facebook and they're on Instagram. It's Trinity Brew Company. I'll give you let me just put my thumb over that. I can show you that one. That's one that they've just done recently in conjunction with another company until they're up and running. So Trinity Brew. I myself have actually tried that beer last night, and it's really good. Proper good craft ale. It's one of the cloudy ones as well, which is kind of nice. So there we go. So bit of an update for you from the channel. Very busy at the moment. I've got this to be carrying on with. I've still got another domestic rewire, which has still got another probably 2 weeks work on. And I've got some other welding and fab projects to do. Going to see a client tonight about repairing a horse box, some steps and horse divider panels which are broken as well. I've got some more garden wiring to do for some other domestic clients. But we've got a bit of snow on the ground today, so I'm trying to see how it goes weather-wise. Trying not avoiding that sort of work, but you don't want to be kneeling down in the snow all day, clipping armour to bottoms of fences. And then I've got another another commercial stroke domestic job for a flat above a restaurant client of mine. That's coming up. The flat's been completely gutted and redecorated, and that's got to have a tenant meter fitted, a new distribution board, etc., and then all the white accessories changed, and EICR done on the property. So I've got that one coming up as well, and I'm just trying to think what other things I can tell you at the moment. Yeah, just getting on with life really. It's a bit chaotic at the moment with the pandemic on. I don't often do much sort of to camera work, but yeah, I guess thoughts from somebody living in Birmingham in the UK. We've had just as much chaos as I think everyone else has. So far, touch wood, been very lucky. No issues in our family, which is good. But I had to have one short period of isolation due to my little lad having contact with somebody at their nursery, but that's cool, it's all okay. Yeah, so everyone, I am, just keeping going on. Stay safe out there, guys, and don't forget, if you've got issues, talk to people, pick up the phone, text people, share the problems, it's easy. And I myself, we've all got our daily lives to deal with, so everyone should just try and keep going, really. And we will get through this. We will come out the other end. The vaccinations are happening. There's things that I don't want to get political, but the government are struggling. They've never dealt with this before. And if anyone wants to argue with me, feel free to argue on the comments below, because our government has never dealt with this before, okay? The last time we had a pandemic like this was Spanish flu back in 1918. I might have got that date wrong, but, okay? So don't slag people off, okay? They're trying to keep us alive as best as they can. I myself, okay, in case you didn't know, I used to work in the entertainment industry as a rigger and lighting engineer, and I've lost all of that work, okay? So I'm very lucky that I'm able to fall back on my electrical mechanical skills to carry on working. You can see it's cold in here today. Don't need the chiller, do they? And yeah, the entertainment industry will start again, okay? So for those people out there that work in the entertainment industry or in the hospitality industry, stop pushing, okay? Stop sending petitions to the government, because they've got bigger things to deal with, all right? They do care, they do know, they understand everyone. I know everyone says, oh, you can retrain, get another job, but okay, it's going to take time. This has knocked our country around a big deal, all right? So anyway, I'm not going to say any more. Sign off, and I'll give you another update next week. Stay safe, and check out Rose Ironworks UK on Instagram, please. Thank you. Bye.